Happy Sunday, guys. Good morning. All about vehicles. Brandon, Eddie Smallhorn. Eddie, you were here early. I got a message from Dan, the man, I think it was too, last night, I believe, on the live chat. So, good morning, folks, gentlemen. How are you doing? What's going on this fine Sunday morning? I'm tired as heck today, but yeah, how's everybody doing this morning? I got a nice little stream today. We're going to go over some of the predictions going into 2019. That's a new sound. Anyways, so we got some of the trends going into 2019 that you know, a lot of the stuff we know if you've been following the channel this year, but you know, there's some new things. We're gonna be just briefly talking about them, and we're gonna be looking at what trends are carrying over from 2018 into 2019, and we also have I picked out a page on how New York City is going to be some major projects they have going there this year, and then also another page on like workplace philosophy and stuff like that. Some of the things that will be changing, and it's really cool. Good stuff, Brandon. That's great, man. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm really tired. I went in and finished this job. Well, I thought I'd finished it. It's hilarious because yeah, I went into Friday and Saturday really pushed it, right? And yesterday I texted my project manager saying we're complete, right? We're 100% complete, which I was. I went in and finished up a couple of extras that we had to do, right? So I got a phone call from my project manager later on yesterday afternoon, and there's more extras to do. So of course, right? That's how the end of jobs go. I got a whole bunch of pictures. I'm gonna I can post a couple right now to the Discord, but yeah, it was a good job. It was a really big job. And it was fun. I think I started it. When I got to this job, only the exterior had been done, and so I took over the interior, and like from the exterior steel stud, so I drywall that wasn't done. It was just bare. So of course, I drywalled it, and we got it mostly taped too. So the tapers are still going to linger back, but we did get most of it's taped. We had a deadline of the 11th. January 11th is our deadline. So, yeah, I finished well before the deadline. So, I'm going to post some pictures in the Discord right now. There's one. I guess I'll pick a couple of different angles. This is the back. No, not that one. I'll put that one. There's the back shop, and then there's the front. So it's quite a cool project. Let's see if I can get a wide view sort of thing. There's a few pictures anyway. So so what's happening is I do have a new project right away. What's gonna happen is our actual head office is doing renovations, so I'm gonna go there to do those, to frame them and drywall them. So yeah, I'll be working at the company that I'm working for. I'll be working at the head office, so which is cool. It's like it's just it's actually not too far away from the job we just finished, so it's kind of in the same area, which is good. So yeah, it was a big project. I took me I think it's been almost 4 months. I can't remember, guys. Like, when did I start working? I don't remember. Maybe if Courtney's around, she might know. But 3 to 4 months, I'm gonna say. So it was really good. So we did a really good job. Most of it was done by just me and my partner, James, the guy that I work with. 90% of it was done by him and I. We had other workers, like piece workers and other stuff, come and do little bits, but like they all gave up and left. I mean, it was an hourly job for sure, because the like the framing, a lot of things were messed up with the with when I got it. It was in really rough shape, so I had to fix a lot of framing, do more framing, tear things out, build things, fix all the doors, make sure they're all, level and stuff like that. Because yeah, none of the doors were level, and the big problem was the walls weren't level. So they're huge, like tall, like almost 30-foot high walls out of level, you know, and by a lot. So the doors aren't going to open. You know what I mean? So I had to fix that. So it was an interesting fix. I looked at it for a couple of days, right? I'm like, All I ended up doing was taking some like chunks of iron, like square chunks of iron, and I just hammered them in between the stud wall and the concrete, like the floors. So, and it pushed the walls out. So I was like, yeah, all I do is hammer, 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 done. It was, you know what I mean? It was really cool. So the guy I was working with, he's like, how the hell did you do that? And the other people were looking at it, and nobody could figure it out, right? So, oh man, that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, so the next project we'll be doing is the home office. So. I think it was you who said the Wonder Bar, the Stanley Wonder Bar is good. So I added the Stanley Wonder Bar and the Coonies. These are I'm not even. Right, the Coonies padded suspenders, right? So you need to have suspenders. I couldn't imagine wearing a pouch without them, especially with all the tools and screws that we always have to carry, right? So these are $30 in Canada, which is great. They actually, I think, used to be 40. So the $30 price tag was definitely worth it. So hey, good morning, Eddie. How's it going? How's Sid's competition going? Nationals. That's a big deal, right? And then, of course, the Stanley Wonder Bar is $20. It's $20 here in Canada. So, but yeah, it's good. They have a new one. They had a new one, but it's got a wide flange, like a wide end, and it's like, I think it's even more. I think it might be. I don't know if maybe this is the $15 one, and that was a $20 one, or that was 25 or something. But anyways, more money than this, but it had like a V shaped, like the other end. It was like V-shaped, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, you could stab something, okay, right? But I don't like that V-shape. That's why it's got these sharp edges, right? You know, and these corners. I used the corners so much. I couldn't. That would drive me nuts not having that corner. So, Apar, good morning, brother. Yeah, long drive, eh, Eddie? Are you guys driving? No, you guys would be driving back, right? Because I saw you guys were there yesterday, right? Oh, that's how. And you know what? How many girls was she up against, Eddie? How many people? That's great, still, and you can't win them all, right? And you know what? Coming six builds more character. Absolutely, So good morning, boiled nuts. Hey, aloha. Yeah, it's early, eh? Isn't it up? It's early. So, but yeah, those are the things. So, isn't it though? Right, Brandon? That is awesome. Yeah, driving back. I gotcha. Yeah. So, but yeah. So now the pouch is complete. It's got the suspenders, the belt, and I got the padded belt too, and the two leather pouches. So it's gonna be really nice. So that's a nice setup. So all together, just the pouch alone, two. So the pouch alone, the bare pouch is gonna be. It was like $270, just for the pouch without any tools in it. That's crazy. I've never had that expensive of a pouch before. My buddy's like, so what? Why you do that? You don't even have that pouch for yourself. I was like, yeah, well, you know what? This belt could last somebody forever, right? Like it should. The pouches should last forever. The belt and the suspenders, you might have to change out you might have to change them 1 to 2 times in a lifetime. But you know what? Is this pouch? I don't want it because I don't want to be wearing a pouch anymore. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, this is for somebody who's wants to work you know what I mean, in the field and on the tools more, right? So, but yeah, it's a cool little pack. Six girls in 48 states. 6 girls, 48 states? Maybe. Yeah. You never know, Eddie. And you know what? You can only improve, right? And that's, you know what we say, right? We improve a little bit every day, every time. And oh yeah, good stuff, Boiled Nuts. 5:45 a.m. Yeah, I was up at, yeah, I know, Tokyo Drew was live this morning, Brandon. I caught just the tail end of it. He was, I don't know, he was talking about burger joints and burgers. That's what I caught anyways. So, but yeah, Tokyo TD was live this morning. So, I think it's neat that, I gotta stop. You know what? I was noticing that this is the worst part about having the camera on your monitor is when you wobble, right? I hit the desk and it wobbles, and I noticed that my stream was shaky, right? I'm like, oh man, so I gotta be careful not to do that. But I think what I'm gonna do is add an extra bar across the like this rack to mount the camera on. So. But yeah, how is that game going anyway? Apart Construction Simulator 2. How's that going, man? I haven't played it Like, man, oh man, I haven't been able to play really any games at all. Like that one day, it was over the holidays, just past holidays. I was able to play a couple of games, but I probably played less than an hour before I had to attend, dad duties, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think my son's dying. He wants to play a game with me. I gotta play some more games. So, well, the channel is gradually getting back to where where I was. I looked at my statistics, and this is the weird thing, guys. I don't understand. So this is my first year of YouTube. I'm just coming to an end. I've gotten almost 2,000 subscribers, but I've lost like 900. So I don't know how that happens. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything shady. Like I didn't buy any subs or anything like that, right? So it's crazy how my stats are showing how my subs are messed up like that, right? I'm just checking again real quick here so I could actually tell you, because it was quite it was a lot. It was a big number. It was a really big number. I'll show you if I can bring it up. I gotta go to Creator Studio Classic for that. Good morning, Dan Sutterham. Good morning. So, but you guys have a safe drive, Eddie. Have a safe drive home, and you know what? Tell Sid, chin up, kid. You know what? We don't win them all. And I remember playing football in high school. My high school football team, we never won a single game. Ever won a single game. Worked so hard all season and practiced our butts off, but we never won a single game. And because really the other guys honestly just didn't, most of them didn't take it seriously. And I played city ball where we couldn't lose. You know what I mean? So, but I had played a couple of years of high school ball losing all the time. So winning was new to me, and I loved it. I loved winning a football game because every game I gave it my all. And there's just other guys are just better than you, Nat. You know what I mean? You got a deal. That's how you get better. If you're the best all the time, that's where's the fun in that? You know what I mean? Especially when she's young. Like when you're like it's awesome. It's a learning thing. So, but yeah, man. Playing football, never winning a game was awful. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, so I go to subscribers, and I go. So in the last 28 days, I lost 85 subscribers, and I've gained 46. So I'm in the hole of 39 subscribers in the last 28 days, right? On that like that day where they deleted everyone, or all the dead accounts, I lost. I must have been almost over 80. Like it was like 80 to 90 subs. It was crazy. So if I go lifetime, so okay, so these are the exact numbers. So I'll pull it over and I'll show you guys. I think I can. Oop. So there you can see how I've gained. Oh, I just started Photoshop. Darn it! I don't want to Photoshop. Sorry, guys. Close Photoshop. Close. So yeah, so this year I gained 1,659 subscribers and I lost 970. So it's so weird. I don't understand, but I think that those stats would be hurting my discoverability. Absolutely hurting my discoverability, right? So strange, right? It's really strange, I think. But that's okay. Cuz you know what? Right, Eddie, you never give up, and this is what this is about. It's about like hey, good morning, Tokyo Drew. Hi, what's up, man? Awesome. In the shop with Tom. Good morning. Good morning. You guys are all driving. That's awesome, guys. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me at all, Brandon. Like, and you know what? I need to. Yeah, you would be Tokyo Drew. I know it's late for you. Yeah, I was just waking up when you were streaming this morning, so I just caught the tail end of it, man. But I'm gonna talk to I want to talk to somebody like professional, like one of the gurus. Maybe Dan will help me out with this one. You know what I mean? I understand those statistics, how that could happen, right? But this is the problem. Like my numbers are so weird, and something can't be right because they go up and then down. Like they'll go up a few and down a few, up a few, down a few. Once in a while, I'll get a little boost and I'll get more than a few, and it'll go up. So it's like this all the time, up and down, which seems kind of weird for a smaller channel, right? So I'm like I just don't know what's going on. It's crazy, right? But yeah, I know when I first started my channel, like I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know any of the rules or anything like that, and I hope they don't, you know what I mean, hold that against you, because you know what, it's a learning curve, man, and yeah, there's a lot to know, and it's a big responsibility. Like there's a lot of rules and guidelines that you have to follow. And you gotta be, like there's a lot of rules and guidelines, like even the littlest details, right, and the metadata and stuff like that. So but yeah, anyways, I thought that was interesting. I was looking through my stats, and yeah, the Discord is growing nicely. As I see that is really, really cool. So anything that you guys like want me to add on the Discord, let me know. Any features, anything. I gotta kind of update some things in the Discord. Like I have bots that automatically post Christina's videos, Vince's videos, and Tim Schmoyer's videos, Ben's videos, my son's videos. And so I'm gonna add the other creators as well, the ones that we know, so that the bot will post their videos as well to the Discord. It's kind of like getting an additional notification, right? And excuse me, guys, it helps the creators out, right? But oh my goodness. So yeah, top 10 construction technology trends for 2019. It's going to be interesting, right? Because this is an oil town, right? Edmonton, Alberta in general is an oil province, and the damn Discord. Geez, yeah, I'll definitely. I have to. I'll put Tokyo Drew as well. I'll put a like. I'll so every time you post a video or go live, Drew, then it'll post automatically on my Discord in the video in the video section, right? So it's good because everybody gets to see. You know what? If they miss something, that's a second chance for them to see it, right? So I think it's cool. But yeah, man. So yeah. So anyways, I was talking about oil, and so now autonomous driving, go Flames, eh? Calgary Flames. That's hilarious. I'm not a like I when I was in high school, I had a Calgary Flames jersey. So some of the pictures that I have with me with the Flames jersey on, it's funny. It's really funny. I won't delete you from this one. Yeah, the Discord link is up there. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, right on. Right on, Brandon. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna be uh, there's a lot of issues going into 2019. There's a lot of projects that have been deleted now, especially in British Columbia because of the oil pipeline. It's been delayed and might not happen. So at this point, it might not happen ever because it's not going to happen quick enough. So been a lot of projects that were canceled. But as far as tech goes, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff, especially when they have to make up some costs, right? But yeah, let's check it out here. So the top 10 trends for 2019, number one being augmented reality. So augmented reality is what it is it'll take an exact snapshot of the project while it's being built, right? And oh, that's really cool, Drew. That's really cool, man. Flames fan for 30 years. That's really cool, man. Yeah, man. That's you know what? If I was to say Toronto, the Leafs, of course, Maple Leafs, the Oilers are a couple of teams that I used to follow. My family follows. So, but yeah, that's a good rivalry. Ugh, I can't say that word very well. Between Edmonton and Calgary, which is fun. So. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. It's like the same thing with these CFL Eskimos and the Stampeders, or yeah, Stampeders, right? So, anyways, back to augmented reality is cool because they'll be like maybe little tiny robots driving around taking shots, or what they're really saying is drones. So there'll be drones flying around the construction sites now, taking like real time data in, right? So project managers, designers, engineers, architects, owners can see what they need to see in real time and don't have to go into the site to see it, right? So is the basis for a lot of automation that'll be coming, right? Which is really, really neat. Now, it's also neat to have augmented reality in the designing phase, because it can, in the software sense of things, you can render your drawings into three-dimensional renderings, right? And then there's immersive experience where you can put a headset on, like an HTC Vive virtual reality headset, and this is where augmented reality and VR connect, right? You can submerge yourself into the project, right? So owners and designers can kind of get a feel and look of what it would look like in real life, not just on paper, right, in black and white. And that's really, really, really neat. And this also helps, like, this is like also an advanced BIM, right? Because it can help with additional things that BIM traditionally cannot, which are like feng shui, for example. Okay, the flow of light and energy, like you can find where there might be hot pockets and cool pockets, and delete that stuff, right, and fix that ahead of time. You know what I mean? Pick out all the conflicts visually and mechanically in this while you're in this immersive experience, right? The BIM would highlight any type of conflict, And God, I can't, Apar. I'm on a live stream right now, man. That's too funny. But yeah, so it's gonna be really, 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 really cool, man. And I got the VR, right? I got the virtual reality headset. I have the software. I just, you know what I mean? Well, I'm trying to kind of get more. If I had more time to learn it, that would be good. That would be really, really cool. So might be doing some more of that this year, but definitely when it starts becoming more popular, like I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be testing it. I'm gonna be trying it out, and I'm gonna be showing it to you guys what it's like, right? So I think it's gonna be cool. I got all the CAD, I got all that stuff, right, that you need to get it going. And then, if you've seen that one video that I did back when more towards the middle of the year, I would say, when I took you guys inside of the virtual reality and we walked around the building, right? That was a sales video for this I think it was a Tokyo Tower. It was in Tokyo. It was a high-rise building that you know what? This was a promotional video where you could actually see the inside of the unit before it was built, and change like colors and stuff like that, and materials, right, on the floors and the walls, and even the fabrics on the furniture, and stuff like that, right? So it was really freaking cool. And not only that, you could walk to the balcony of this big condo, and you could see the surrounding area as well, and like what it would look like from that floor. It was amazing, amazing stuff. And yeah, you bet, Brandon. So anyways, the augmented reality is I'm really excited about it, and I'm definitely going to be experimenting more and more with that. And yeah, well, I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff as soon as I can. But yeah, so the construction software and data ecosystem, definitely, everything's being more connected. A lot of new software coming up. And Big Shadows World, good morning. Oh my God, that's so funny. I was up at like 2 in the morning, and Big Shadows World was streaming a farming simulator, and Fernby was there. I was talking with Fernby this morning. It was two in the morning. And yeah, Fernby was on Big Shadows World stream, so he was painting furniture. So yeah, that was good to see Fernby, and we haven't seen him in a long time, man. Right on, Tom. That's awesome. So, real-time collaboration software is expected to function as the digital backbone for the construction process from start to finish. 90% of data in construction is thrown away. 95% of data in construction is thrown away. So, budget calculations. Oh, this is BIM. Sorry, that's not surprising, but the reason being, like, you know what I mean? We only use the drawings, the specifications, and the contracts, and changes and claims and all this legal shit. We only use it for the duration of the project. And then when we're completed, we turn over the manuals, the operating manuals, to the owner, right? So the operating manuals are made throughout construction with everyone's submittals and stuff like that, right? So it's 95% thrown away, which is so true. So now that everything's kind of going more paperless and more digital, is a good thing for one. But the fact that it's also digital means that it can be stored, right, and shared, which is what it's all about, right? I think it's incredible, now that people in construction are going to start sharing information, which is really neat, right? So, yeah, Konkle's Cronies, that's awesome. I was thinking about the Konkle's Cronies, and it makes me laugh. I think that's really, really funny. Good morning, Polly Walnuts. Good morning, man. Very cool. So, yeah, now that it's digital, right, it can be accessed from different devices and different locations at the same exact time, and you don't have to have a meeting where everyone comes in and sits around the table and discusses things, right? You don't have to do that, right? You can do it right now and then when you need it, and you know what I mean. It's a lot easier to get everyone together that way. So, but yeah, BIM is kind of integrated into all of this, right? Like, so BIM technology will be the catalyst for a fundamental change in how we manage, design, and develop a construction project. 88% of construction stakeholders believe that BIM can enable better design insight. Oh, 88%? That's it? I don't know who the other 12% is, but they're wrong because it's 100% correct. BIM, right? So budget calculation, lifecycle management, time management, 3D modeling, 2D schematics, right? So BIM is incredible, and that's the driving force behind all of this is BIM, right? Trying to make better designs, right? To lower delays and costly changes and claims, right? Finding conflicts early in design, the sooner the better, right? There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse when a contractor misses part of the scope of work and has to come in after to put things in, right? It's awful. It just happened on the job I was just on. The plumbing, they missed a whole part of their scope of work, and when they had to come in after the ducts and everything, and now it looks like a freaking nightmare, right? It's an ugly mess. So stuff like that could be avoided by using building information modeling, right? So that's what that's all about: finding the conflicts and tightening up budgets, getting better prices to the owner, right? Modular construction, which of course my least favorite thing out of all of this is modular construction. I really believe things should be built on location, on site. Once we start building things like this in a factory, it'll just run away on us, I think, and get out of, you know what I mean? Everything will be manufactured. But yeah, so modular construction, the use of standardized processes to assemble as much as possible off-site before they complete the construction project on-site can cut down on costs and lead times. Construction projects can be completed 65 times faster through modular construction. Yeah, and there's a big reason for that too, though, right? They don't, like I was saying, it's not because they're faster builders, that's for sure. That is not the reason why they get built faster, okay? They get built faster because the modular companies don't operate the same as on-site contractors operate. On-site contractors have to follow the OH&S legislation for on-site construction, right? They also have to follow all of the safety rules for the general contractor, the prime contractor, and their subcontractor that they work for, right? They have so many rules, and they have to do all their safety paperwork every day. They got to orientate workers. They got to train workers. They got to do all this. These modular guys can get away with building it faster because they don't have safety programs. They don't have to train their workers. You know what I mean? They're in a controlled environment. They're in one warehouse, right? So they can get away with a lot more. You know what I mean? They don't follow the same rules. It's not the same playbook. So, in my opinion, I can't promote modular construction in any way because it's not good for the industry and the numbers, right? For the bidding, because you got modular companies bidding the same scope of work as as other contractors, right? Like normal contractors, right? So the price of the modular construction is going to be so much lower than the actual contractor. It's now deflating the market. Do you understand? It's awful. It's awful stuff. I'm sorry. If either everything gets built in a factory or none of it. You know what I mean? That's and all of it, that's impossible. So, and unless they start making them follow the same rules, right? So people, when you're bidding jobs, right, their numbers are going to be closer, right? Yeah, hey Tom. I have seen houses come in, like they come in halves, right? Two halves type thing. I think yeah, two halves on a roof or something like that, and yeah, they come and they put them together. You know, I went and did some form work. One I think it was one summer or something, or I can't remember when it was. I think it was actually kind of before I moved out west. I think maybe, but you've trimmed out over 200 houses, eh? Wow. Were they all modular, like, or that's funny. Um, yeah. So, anyways, these two houses come together, two pieces, and put them together, and then they're shingled and stuff like that after, I believe. But, yeah, it's quite a operation. Anyways, I see them being transported with the trucks and stuff like that. Oh man, self healing concrete, right? Many of the industry experts believe we'll start seeing self healing concrete being used on roads, buildings, and homes. So 5B, does that make sense? 5B doesn't make sense. 58 metric tons of concrete will be used by 50. I don't understand what that means. Oh, 5 billion. Sorry. 5 billion metric tons of concrete will be used by 2030. So, oh, you okay? You have a video on one. Okay, nice. Yeah, I like I worked in like I worked for a company that did that stuff. Like they built the steel stud panels at on like on the in the shop. They built like steel stud walls, like 10 by 10 sections or whatever. They dense glass them, and then ship them to site. Sometimes they come membrane and insulated and with partial cladding even sometimes. But yeah, they built all the walls in a factory. So the site, when the slabs poured, they go in and you know fly them all in with a zoom boom type thing. And I've seen them be used cranes for higher ones, but yeah, it's definitely different. But yeah, and then I worked in a mod panel factory. I worked in last winter. They're a bunch of scumbags anyway, to tell you the truth. So yeah, they're a bunch of scumbags, and that's my experience was awful with them. So yeah, it is what it is. So, but I got more on self healing concrete coming up, but that stuff is that's going to be pretty neat. Drones, eh? So, as drone technology continues rapidly developing in its accuracy and precision of its readings, even less human involvement will be necessary. So, there's definitely different cameras, right? Like lidar cameras, and then there's the other like just general like 5K, 6K cameras type, or with the that use computer vision. Sorry. And yeah, so they can be they're gonna start self driving. I'm sure, just like other things. But what I see is when a designer or somebody needs to see a certain part of the construction project, they'll pull it up on the screen, and the drone will fly over to that area and take the shots as they need it, right? And with different cameras, I'm sure, like there's thermal imaging cameras, there's all these other cameras they can use. So it's going to be very interesting to see. The more inspections, the better QA/QC. That is a good thing. It's a very good thing. There's so many people, trades guys, that cut corners, and this is so awesome to what I mean. It keeps everyone more honest, I believe, right? Like I don't like to cut corners. I never do it on purpose. I never do it on purpose. And probably I catch it 99.9% of the time, and I'll fix it, right then and then on the spot. And when I see somebody else's cut corner, I'll put it back together, right? So drones are gonna be awesome. I think that it's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a huge deal. That might be one of the more prominent changes we'll see. Has anyone seen drones on their sites yet? I haven't. I have not seen any drones yet, but they're coming, man. They're coming. Look at this though. Drone industry value will rise from 2 billion to 10 billion in the next decade. Robotics is number 7 on the list. Robotics are continuously growing more precise and accurate, and they'll soon become a commanding force in the construction industry. The industrial robotics market is expected to grow by 175% over the next decade. So we've seen the mule, the bricklaying robot. We've seen the self-driving skid steer by Construction Robotics. I think that was something like that. And so yeah, we'll definitely be seeing more. That's really cool. That's cool, Polly Walnuts. That's really cool. We use drones to inspect cell towers. That's a beautiful thing about drones is not saying that man can't get there, or humankind can't get there. It's just safer for the drone to do it, right? And it's actually more reliable. And this is the nice thing where robots and drones can get to places where we can't as well, right? So we can now start seeing things that we couldn't see before, which is really awesome, right? This is really, really awesome. The robotics thing, so we're gonna, like I was saying, right now we've seen bricklaying robots, we've seen like earthworks robots. We've seen the robotic drywaller, who the Japanese government funded to build the drywall robots, or the robot drywallers, right? So especially after a major storm, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, it'd be a lot more dangerous. Because you might have like the single buckets that you guys have, on the boom on the trucks, but that would go so high, right? Do you use the boom on like the lift on a truck, or do you have to climb up? Right, probably both, right? Depending on the tower and the circumstances, right, and the gear you have on hand, right? So. But yeah, robotics will be taking a lot of the repetitive jobs, right, and filling that gap. Not like one of the most dangerous things about construction is the fact that we are so understaffed, and a lot of us do things beyond what we should be doing, right? And if you didn't, the job just wouldn't get done otherwise. So I think robotics is going to be cool, and things are becoming a lot more affordable. Like, look at 3D printers now. You can get a good 3D printer for $500, right? So I think the material is what might cost the money. But ooh, look at this. Here's some more stuff. Oh, by the way, all the links to all my pages are in the description. So anything that you guys want to look up, or anybody wants to look up, I provide the links to every page down in the video description, so people can do further research. And it's pretty awesome stuff. Like, it's the rabbit hole. Once you get started on this stuff, and you're finding more and more and more, you could, next thing you know, it's days gone, right? So but yeah, here's Construction Management 101, the ultimate guide, top 7 house builder trends for 2019 infograph. Construction needs to become data driven for future whatever. The 7 samurais of construction, and house building guide, gaining control over multiple projects and developments. So yeah, a program, right? So program management. That's the thing. People forget there's project management, and then there's program management, right? So the running a program is one project with multiple projects inside of it type thing. And subscribe and binge watch the channel. Yeah, you gotta. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys, if you can. Before I forget to say that again, hit that thumbs up for me. I think the more thumbs up we get, the more notifications go out. So that's how that works. But yeah, so number 8 would be cloud and mobile technology. Mobile devices can leverage cloud technology from anywhere at any time. A must-have if you want your business to remain competitive. Of course, IT spent in construction. So IT spend in construction would be less than 1% of your revenue. So that's just a little guideline to go by, but I don't have to explain cloud and mobile technology. Everyone has a cell phone or tablet, and yeah, all the drawings are in digital form now, right? And not only digital, but like you can throw on your 3D headset, and you can experience the space inside of the in like fit completed almost, right? You could see it in real time. There's a helmet that I think it might be in one of these pages as well. I think you guys most of have seen it, right? The white helmet hard hat with the screen face, so you can see the like inside the walls. You can see the drawings. You see what what you need, right? Oh, okay, yeah, Tom, sure, buddy. But first, the aviation gurus are still working out the rules and regs on the drones, trying to make it fairly similar. I see. Yeah, yeah. There's going to be legislation changes when drones and robotics are introduced into the field for sure. Okay, so you have some questions. You're looking for some good construction games. So, Construction Simulator 2 for PC, and there's Project Hydra High Rise. There's actually Construction Simulator 3 is going to be coming out soon, I believe. So for PC, which will be a lot better because the PC the two the part Construction Simulator 2 is kind of it's like a mobile phone game made for PC, so it's a little weird, but um, I'm running an Intel A700 or A780s. What is it? Actually, I can check out this tab. This piece of software I got yesterday is real cool. I use this. Yes. So CPU ID. This is a little piece of software. So this is my computer. Running an Intel Core i7 6700. I got the so yeah, here's your cache is my main board. Yeah, it's an Alienware computer. It's an Alienware Aurora 5 R5, I believe. Probably gonna need a new one soon too. But this one's amazing. It does really well. I love it. So yeah, 16 gig of DDR4 RAM. So there's 32 gig in this other computer, and there's two empty slots in here. So I might either switch the RAM out, but we'll see. I have to take it all apart. The Alienwares are so compact. My graphics card is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980. It's got 4 gig of GDDR5 RAM on it as well. So, but yeah, if you guys want a cool piece of software, get this one here. My brother-in-law just showed it to me yesterday. Kyle, he's a computer dude. CPU Z, but it's CPU ID, and I know it was free, I think. So, and there's more tools too for it. But yeah, that's right. It's an Alienware. Yeah, it's a Dell gaming PC. Yep, you're right. Yeah, Dell Alienware is run by Dell. So yeah, I love Alienware. I always wanted one, and I finally got one. So I was happy with that. And we got there's the Alienware laptop too, which is really good that Ben uses now. That belonged to Taylor. Hey, yo, Vince, what's up, man? Nice to see you, Vince, man. Invincible. Good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, anyway, so yeah, so cloud computing, cloud and mobile tech. Um, so yeah, that's the thing. So IT spend in construction less than 1% revenue. So I would say you don't spend more than 1% of your revenue on IT and tech. Does that make sense? I don't know, but advanced uses for GPS is gonna be awesome, right? Look at this. GPS tracking solutions are now being used in more creative and resourceful ways, facilitating the quick and accurate collection of data. 120 positioning satellites ready to be used in the next 10 years. Isn't that crazy? 120 positioning satellites ready to be used in the next 20 years. So we're using the GPS to guide Earth moving equipment and stuff like that, right? So we're obviously going to be starting to use GPS for the drones and things like that too, so they know where to go and stuff like that. And so I think that's going to be cool. So not only more uses, but more accurate uses to more finite, you know what I mean, like directions and stuff like that, right? I think because in my opinion, GPS was a little bit off, but now it's got to be so tight, especially when the positioning sensors on site are guiding the excavators and things like that, right? Which is cool, and the graders, all this stuff, right? So it's pretty neat. Well, so then the last thing is the wearable technology. So wearable technology is expected to play a substantial role in boosting safety on site and monitor efficiently the project process, right? So 250 million smart wearables are predicted to be in use by the end of the year. 250 million smart wearables are predicted to be used by the end of the year. Isn't that insane, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. Big Shadows World. That's yeah. Those extra satellites bring the accuracy down to a very good standard for plotting point on the ground. That's a good way to. That's a good way to say it. Plotting point. That's exactly it. When using the thought of augmented reality and stuff like that, and the drones, they would need to have that accuracy, right? For and time. It has to be quick too, right? This is cool. So, awesome. Wilro, hey buddy, Wilro, yeah, hey, man. I see you got a new icon. You got a new icon, hey bro. So yeah, the wearable technology. There's different things like the RFIDs and the hard hats and all this stuff. For monitoring, but the best thing is it should be monitoring air quality and things like that, right? So what I mean, workers know that's the worst thing in construction. I fear the most is not heights or equipment or anything. It's the air. It's the air quality that scares me the most for working in site, working in construction. That's the stuff that we breathe in can't be good, right? It can't be good. So yeah, man, we're just going over some we're looking at what the predictions are for 2019 and construction technology. We're looking at I got some trends from 2018 that are going to carry over to 2019. Got a couple things, but it's more like just an introduction into the year to see what we're gonna be looking at, right? AI, right? Artificial intelligence is another thing. Blockchain. Let me see if I can read this and if it'll make sense. So the blockchain is the distributed ledger system. It is the technology behind the Bitcoin, or we can say behind all of the cryptocurrencies. Blockchain says all the transaction between any two parties in the cryptographically secured blocks of data, which are time-stamped and mined through the consensus mechanism. All the blocks are linked with each other by a hash pointer, which links to the previous block. Crazy. Yeah, Will Roy, cool, eh? Talking my ear off. Oh man, you know what, dude? The worst is like guys on site who talk, right? Who like to talk and talk, talk, man. I'm not a talker. I don't talk much, right? Okay, so mind you, if you extract latitude and longitude for a property of an old title, it will effective not match a GPS position taken today, taking into account continental drift. Yeah. So you know what? I think that there definitely would have to crypto cruising. Yeah. Yeah, it's too funny. Limey bastard. That's funny. Oh man. But you're right, absolutely right. So Big Shadows World, what they would have to do is put the GPS positioning sensors on the site, right? So that they could stamp it that way. Um, you could not afford to have any incidents or accidents, right? You need to be on with that, right? So they'll put sensors on certain points of the site. You know what I mean? And that's would correct the GPS for the drones and the equipment. I know that's what they do for the earth moving equipment right now is they put the sensors up on site, and that helps with the grading of no, no, sorry. Then they have lasers. Sorry, lasers that shoot elevations, right? So that's how that works, right? So there's two different devices. There's the GPS sensors, and then there's the lasers for shooting elevations, right? So, and then of course there's the receiving sensors on the equipment, right? You see them. They have poles that stick up, and they're usually like on the front of the machine. The black poles, and they'll have the white ball thing on the top. That's the sensor. When you see equipment running with that, you know they're self driving. So yeah, it's crazy, right? So yeah, blockchain to me is more of a security, right? Blockchain is the most secure way to transfer data, and it basically breaks up the data and shoots it all different using certain protocols. You can even change the protocols, I think, when you're transmitting data this way. But it splits the data all up and it comes back together at the end point if you have a key, right? So you need to have a certain key to receive the data. It's really neat. It's very secure. So the Internet of Things, right? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, is the same thing. Cloud computing and the Internet of Things, being able to find information, share information real time, and also store data, right? Storing data, and so that for his historical reasons, right? Which is important. Cloud computing is also important because then we can collaborate with each other in real time, which is good, and you can do it on short notice. Yeah, and big data scientists. So just like gold mining companies require experts to get the valuable insight and meaning from the huge pile of data which is being generated every second. These experts are called data scientists or big data scientists, as they know the tricks and techniques to make the data meaningful and useful for the corporations so that they can improve their efficiency, productivity, conversion ratio, and eventually revenues. So yeah, storing data is important, right? That's how by recording it all and studying it all in analytics, analyzing it, you can make improvements to your business, right? And make more profit. It's simple, right? Less waste, more profit is always good in my book. So right, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of data, so you need equipment to process it, and you also need people to make sense of it, right? So the artificial intelligence isn't there. It's kind of like still science fiction. It's not a full AI yet. It's the actually augmented intelligence, right? Because it reacts to its environment, right? Augmented reality, virtual reality. That's Pokemon Go. They keep using that game. I've never played it, but it's kind of neat. That would be the first augmented game, right, of all time. So, but yeah, robot process automation, the autonomous driving, like robot cars. There's a Tesla. I saw this show about Tesla yesterday, saying and this guy was saying that the Teslas were like the most beautiful, like really nicely done car, all except for the body itself. And I guess they have such a high tech factory. But yeah, I guess when this guy studied the body of the Tesla, it was like the poorest design that it was, and it could be, right, and that you could make it more efficient like by 65%, he said, become more efficient. Like probably take away half of the employees Tesla has and half of the robots, and you would be more efficient with just kind of like doing things differently. You can build the same body but differently, I guess is what this guy was saying. So they put a lot of parts, like, so where it would take one part, normally Tesla has 9 parts, right? And that's just in the body. So but the batteries and everything like that were like unbeatable, right? So but it should be interesting to see how fast autonomous driving takes off. Intelligent apps, right? So, okay, with the advent of the AI and ML, the apps got a new makeover in terms of intelligence. Now, apps can take the input from the user and make changes in the app by learning from the user and improve the user experience accordingly. So that's neat, right? You get that's kind of so apps will learn the person that is using them and change and make changes and adapts to make that person's experience more enjoyable. So that's really the first time I think I've even thought of that. So intelligent apps is a new one for me, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. Thinking about that or talking about that before. So I'm gonna check the intelligent apps. But yeah, it's kind of like. If you had a AI on your phone or on your computer for a while, and they learn you know what I mean, your learn you sort of, I don't know. I haven't hooked up like any kind of AI or like an Amazon Alexa or something like that. I haven't hooked one up yet. I decided to go with Google Home, and I'm gonna try that and integrate that with a Google Pixel phone. But yeah, going all Google. So, but that's neat, right? So the fact, like, I'm trying to think of how, like the Terminator, LOL. That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking like if AutoCAD was to learn a designer's habits, right, and start predicting when the user is going to make mistakes, right, and correcting them, the user ahead of time is kind of interesting, right? It's kind of neat. I think it could lead to better designs, help in us in a way, right? To for better designs and also edit designs, right? We're picking out those conflicts and seeing what works and what doesn't, right? So when you can take the drawings that the designers and engineers gave you at first and compare them to the as built, right, as it is, that's where you're going to learn the most, is the differences between the two. And the more you can store that data and use it on future designs for creating processes and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a lot more efficient, right? I will, Brandon, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know for sure. I'll be I definitely I got to get that set up soon because I like to start testing it out. But yeah, so wherever there's the internet or the cloud, there needs to be security. So cybersecurity, that's not surprising. Digital marketing, that's no surprise either. But digital marketing is social media and things like that, right? So it's kind of neat. So Genie Belt reveals top construction technology trends for 2019. Data ecosystem, augmented reality, construction software, real-time collaboration software, BIM, increased prefabrication and modularization, and eco-friendliness. So they're combining sustainability in with prefab and modularization. Interesting. Yeah, self-healing concrete, drones, robotics, cloud and mobile technologies, advanced uses of GPS, new scanning solutions. There we go. So new scanning solutions. Interesting, right? Definitely wherein we can start going to places where we normally couldn't go before. We might start seeing new cameras and scanning devices coming out, which would be cool. 10. Yeah, here's the 10 trends that from 2018 that'll carry over into 2019. Alexa, get me a beer. That's too funny. Yeah, technology advancements and integration. I think it's good. I see it becoming a lot more efficient this way. Um, that's for sure. Construction is so old school, right? Like we haven't experienced any major shift or change in a long time, especially when it's involving technology, like GPS and like laser leveling systems would be like the would have been like the highlight of the past 20 years, right? Um, the even now like the advanced uses of in with the design software, the AutoCAD and virtual reality and augmented reality, it's so new. It's still so new that we haven't really had a big change yet. But BIM was an idea, right? BIM is a philosophy that was introduced a long time ago, and it's evolved into something so incredible that it's yeah, that also would have been probably the milestone of the shift, right? Green tech and construction, definitely. Everyone's going more. Look at that increase in modular and prefab, increasing material costs. So, why the heck is this here? That is bothering me a lot. I can't seem to. How do we close that? That's annoying. Anyway, so increasing material cost is part of the construction industry trends that will continue into 2019. Prices were predicted to increase by 2 to 3% in the course of 2018. Construction companies were bracing for what these costs would mean to them and preparing for ways to stay competitive within the industry. Building material costs have increased between the end of December 2017 and now. To be specific, there was a 9% increase in building materials since this time last year. So it comes at about 1% a month between this year and last year. The big rising costs were in iron and steel, steel mill products, and softwood lumber. These construction industry trends will continue so long as there is a decreased supply and increased cost for the supply. All right. So yeah, so decreased labor force is something else, right? We're like we're hurting. We need more workers. There's no question there, right? I noticed too in drywall there was a massive increase in drywall, the price of drywall, and so I work with steel, and that definitely affects my trade, right? The tariffs are going to be terrible, yeah, for the cost of materials. Yeah, you know what? I'm afraid to see what's going to come out of this whole thing. Actually, I don't see it being resolved anytime soon. So yeah, I see the prices of steel going to continue to rise. Look at that, eh? There are nearly a quarter million open construction jobs in the United States. And that doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. So there's a quarter million job openings in construction. Quarter million, dude. That's 250,000 jobs, obviously, that are open. So that's a lot of workers that you know what I mean. Shorthanded quite a bit. And you know what? There's got to be. I know every company, like big companies, are always looking for guys. So unfortunately, the next generations don't want to work in construction, right? So it's not like a like when I was a kid, there's it was still kind of like a cool thing to do, right? Like, I don't, yeah, yeah, kids aren't the same, they're not built to, like we were, but you know what I mean? I don't know, they're not, I don't know. I get it, but we're definitely gonna see a big decline now that the rising majority of the baby boomers are getting old and retiring. Better safety equipment, um, Yeah, I would say hopefully see better safety equipment and policies there, because right now, like, there's definitely not enough, where the work shortage, you know what I mean, where it would be hurting the most, it would be in safety. And companies already don't want to go too crazy spending on safety. I'll have a video coming out about this on this week's Thursday video, so watch out for that. I'm not going to spoil it too much because it's a good video, and I think it's a good discussion. Yeah, I know, right? Like I love building stuff, right? Like when I first started in like even in theater and film, I was building sets, right? So yeah, yeah, I like building stuff for sure. But yeah, Legos, and when I was drawing, like I always drew houses, and I always drew like blueprints and stuff like that, right? That's how my when I sketched as a kid, that's what I was drawing. I was drawing houses, I was drawing buildings, I was doing blueprints. You know what I mean? That's what I did. But yeah, I had a lot of you know drafting tools and stuff like that. I did a lot of that stuff when I was young. Sustainability. Oh, this actually, I'm gonna. So the while I'm gonna read this just because it makes sense. While this might seem like the same trend as green technology, green technologies are products that can better or create a carbon neutral footprint. But sustainability is part of the methods and business models that make the world a better place. I had to read that because I liked that one. Yeah, I liked that one. Project management solutions. Um, Yeah, so along with technological advances that are here, construction project management software is a trend that will carry into 2019. The number of companies producing their own modules for current project management solutions has increased within the last couple of years. So too has the number of companies that are creating construction project management solutions, which is cool, right? There's a lot of like if you've used any kind of Primavera software, it's software that integrates with your estimating software. It's quite handy. It's very very helpful. And now that everything's going to get connected, the everything's going to get connected, right? All the drawings and specifications are going to be connected with the project management software. And I would not be surprised to start seeing automated ordering and scheduling, because also with the real-time data and the analysis that goes on there, you know what I mean? I could see the software being more intelligent that way and automating things, and scheduling trades, scheduling deliveries, and all that could be automated. And I think that could be really cool, man. Hey T, what's up? Yo yo, hey T, what's up, man? That's awesome. Hey T, I love it. But yeah, so and then building information modeling, and of course that's the backbone of this whole thing. This is neat here. So state of technology in 2019 future forecast. So this is it. It's just this little tiny page, but it tells you a lot of stuff, right? So 5G compatible laptops, the Ben Bang Solar Park, the world's largest solar park, will finish construction in Egypt by late 2019. The world's largest offshore wind farm starts its completed. NASA completes the Unmanned Aerial System Traffic Management, so UTM, to manage drone traffic in our skies. So NASA completes the Unmanned Aerial System Traffic Management, UTM, to manage drone traffic in our skies. So that's what that is. Big Shadows World. So NASA, of course, is the one who developed this system. So James Webb Space Telescope launched into orbit. Nice. To discover liquid water on other planets. That's wicked. Yeah, look at that, eh? Cost of solar panels per watt equals 1.4 US dollars. England's Crossrail is fully built. Wow, Crossrail. The Tang tools, yeah. Tang tools, yeah, right, right. I think there was a new tool company that I saw somebody mention on. Oh, I forget. I looked it up. I can't remember what. Tang. That's a new one, eh? Um, I'd have to look that up. But yeah, there's a new tool company that I just didn't discover. Somebody's told me in one of the comments in one of my videos. So I looked it up. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool stuff actually. I looked pretty powerful. It wasn't no, it wasn't Metabo. Yeah, right on. You bet, AT. That's awesome. So yeah, world sales of electric vehicles reaches 5.9 mil. Predicted global mobile web track 16 exabytes. Wow. So yeah, it's interesting. Exercising without sweating. That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's too much. So this one is neat because I picked this one up because I keep talking about the projects itself and all that, but how we treat people is got to improve as well, right? So talent. Look at this here. It says right here. So talent scarcity and increased remote work are just some of the main employment trends to watch out next year. So increased remote work. So that's like working from home, right? So increased scarcity as unemployment continues to drop. It will become increasingly difficult to find the right talent in 2019. Finding talented employees has never been easy. And then with the US approaching full employment, the job market is growing ever tighter. So that's interesting. And that's also pretty cool. Becoming everyone, you know what I mean? When the employment rate's that low, you got to be doing something right. So younger employees in the office, better benefits, yeah. Remote work as a popular perk. So yeah, you know what? Working working at home is like, you know, like now that both parents have to work because you have to, otherwise because nobody can afford not to work now. That's, you know, the need for being able to. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, AT. That's awesome, guys. You know, I don't even know. I have there. That should work. There. While we're speaking of it, I don't know. I haven't seen that at all. But the remote, yeah. So being able to work at home is so beneficial, right? And you know, like now that with the cloud and oh, Dan's out of here. Okay, bye, Dan. Thanks for coming, bro. Nice to see you. Have a happy week. You bet. Right on, guys. Yeah, and I posted some pictures of the last project I did on the Discord this morning as well, guys. So I just posted them right as the stream started. So if you're on the Discord, make sure you can check out them. They're in the construction projects tab is where I posted them. So it was a big job. It was a big job, and I did it pretty quick. So just steadily, right? Steadily. So I was. January 11th was my deadline, so I completed it yesterday, right? So, I was 6 days early in completing the job, so that's always good. That's always a good thing, especially when it's that big of a job, right? Yeah. I never run over. I'll do everything it takes to get a job done on time. Like work extra hours and working weekends, work all day, 24 hours straight if I have to get it done on time. And I've done that before. So, but yeah, increased employee involvement, of course. Collaboration, right? Collaboration is the that would never fly in Florida. Yeah, yeah. You know what the funny thing is like I really like I like some of the things about like this non-union kind of province, right? And when I was working for there's no unions out here, right? It's all private, and there are unions. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the same as they are like like there's no carpenters union or so electricians and plumbers maybe are in a union type thing. Yeah, everything's company based here. Like the companies hire, like it's not the same. So it's different, right? Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I always try to get done early, if not early, just like on time. Well, you know what I mean? Always try to be on time. I just like to do that, right? But yeah, that's how just I just have a reputation for delivering on time. So expanding role of AI and automation. So which we know that, but that's too funny. Florida, I love Florida, man. I really love Florida. It's so nice there. It's like a I don't know, man. I remember I just walking out off the getting off the plane and walking out the doors of the airport. Like I just like yeah, we're in paradise, man. Um, but yeah, Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. What's up, man? It's nice. I love this picture. When it's like, yeah, it's too bad you can when it's like on my full screen on my front screen. It's just beautiful. I could stare at it for an hour. But yeah, so I picked out this one, New York City. Amazing, huge city, right? Like, look at the scale of this park. Like, the park is massive. Could you imagine, like, if they got rid of that and built in? Like, my gosh, that's just huge. I just can't. It just blows my mind. So what do we got going on here? Mega projects and well, local polls like city comptroller. Sunnyside Yards, yeah, right. The plan to platform over 180 acres of the Sunnyside Yard could see the creation of 24,000 new dwellings. Talk about the park in the middle of the city. Have you seen like what they did with Regent Park, eh? All about vehicles. Regent Park in Toronto used to be a huge ghetto, but I just actually filmed a bit of it when I was down. But it was like they built some nice condos in there now, and there's still some of the old like dumpy places, but they're gonna be all gone eventually. All right, Brandon. Yeah, you have a good day, bro. Thanks for coming, man. Have a great day. But yeah, I like New York a lot because it reminds me of Toronto. Toronto's like a smaller New York almost. But yeah, I always liked visiting New York. Yeah, it's kind of upscale now, isn't it? Right? Like I know that I think they reintegrated I think like almost 20% of them back into the newer places, right? So that would be interesting to see. That was a huge debate too. Should we integrate them or kick them out? And it's not fair. They all, I'm sure, had to apply, and there's certain people who would really truly benefit from that, right? I was seeing a lot of this kind of funky stuff too in Toronto when I was there last time. These like just as different like designs and buildings. Like nothing was straight up and rectangular anymore. All the new buildings have some kind of funky. Yeah, that's right. It's still I think 20% in that area all about vehicles, community housing, right? So, which is good. I think it's good. I'm a fan of integration. I think that people, how do you expect anyone to get better by sticking everyone to like all the people who are poor together, and you got poor uneducated people all in one area, and you keep building and stuffing them all in that one area. What do you think's gonna happen, right? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? So the fact that they're now putting them back in, like splitting them up, and no, yeah, the art store on stilts. So, are you talking about OCAD, right? The Ontario Academy of Design and Art, right? It's OCAD, right? The OCAD building that was built on stilts. That was neat, but there's crazy architecture in Toronto. You're right. Yeah, nothing is like a square or box anymore. The Lower East Side's former Spura site will be seeing a big year of openings. So, the Lower East Side's former Spura site will see a big year of openings. What's this here? The Perelman Center at the World Trade Center will start to go vertical in 2019. So they've been digging and piling and yeah, getting to the ground. I wonder how far below grade they are. Let me see here. Former site of Cobble Hills, Long Island College Hospital, is in the midst of its $1 billion transformation into River Park, developed by Fortis Property Group. I know Fortis. They operate out here as well. In early 2019, some of the project's first tenants will arrive in. Is that the same? The second tower on the rise, the 475-foot Two River Park. Oh, okay. So there's a second tower then. So that first one tops out at 15 floors in March. So the second tower on the rise, the 475-foot Two River Park, will continue its upward ascent into the year. It'll be joined by a construction kickoff at the 15-story condo coming to One River Park in the first quarter of the year. So, wow, look at that. The 22-acre Pacific Park, Brooklyn's very own rail yard topping mega project, will soon see the rise of its tallest building, a 500-foot plus rental tower at 18 6th Avenue, or B4 for those who closely follow the project. That's neat. Empire Outlet, Staten Island fairly, so transit improve. Oh, the dreaded L train shut down. Oh, I bet that'll be. It's gonna be shut down for 15 months. Oh, it may even take longer. So this is the MTA we're talking about. So it may take even longer. Yeah, that's crazy. Wouldn't that be nuts? Yeah, OCAD, right on. Yeah. There's the condo being put right around the corner from me, literally around the corner. Yeah, there's a lot. When I was down there, man, there was a lot of tower cranes swinging. So that's always good, man. That's always good to see. Preservation. So two beloved New York buildings are staring down renovations this year. So the Seagram building and the Sony building at 550 Madison. Neat, eh? The proposed changes to 550 Madison Avenue's POPs will go in front of the City Planning Commission this year. That looks beautiful. I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff, like in these climates, especially that you know what I mean. Like, we're gonna see more vegetation, things like that, enclosed in areas. I think we'll see a lot more of that. No, I just passed through Scarborough. Yeah, could you imagine closing the subway in Toronto even? Oh my God, that would not fly, man. That would not fly. You'd have riots. Um, when the power goes out in Toronto and the subways aren't working and everyone's on the street, you'll see a big difference. You'll see a big difference, and it'd be 10 times worse in New York, I'm sure. Yeah, like greenhouse type things, like yeah, like just big areas, big open community areas but enclosed in glass, right? So yeah, like protected, shielded from the exterior elements, controlled environments, right? Like greenhouses type thing. Yeah, man, you got her. Skyline. See, like this right here, I'm talking about. I saw something funky like this in Toronto, and it was like staggered all the way up. It was different, and yeah. So different. Definitely, architecture is changing, right? Like designs are changing. There's more and more product coming out every year when it comes to cladding, glazing, and architectural panels, right? There's all kinds of new product being introduced all the time. Natural landscapes. Brooklyn Bridge Park in 2019. Yeah. No new piers or parkland will be unveiled at the yet evolving Brooklyn Bridge Park in 2019, but 2020 will bring the debut of Pier 2 Uplands. The 3.4-acre lawn and children's water garden is one of the last pieces of the BPP jigsaw. That's neat, eh? I always wonder like what the water would be like. You know what I mean? Like in New York, or you see there's water in Central Park there. Like, I wonder what that would be like. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, man, that's it, guys. I got through all the pages today, so yeah, it was a good stream, and yeah. Any thoughts? Any last thoughts, you guys? Any last questions? Any last thoughts? Let me know. Anything you guys predict for coming into 2019, you might see a little bit more of. Yeah, let me know now. This is your time. So. Yeah, it's crazy the differences in architectures. A Google Hangout, eh? You know what? I might. That's not like I. That's not the first time I've been told that all about vehicles. I was just trying. I was just trying to. Or not just trying to, but I'll try to figure that out and see how that works and see what we can come up with for something like that. I might have an idea for something to do with regarding a Google Hangout. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. But like I was saying, I keep trying to say that I want to teach people how to read and understand drawing specifications and contracts. It's not the most interesting thing, right? Well, it is, but it's not visually like overly interesting. It's more of a like a I need to find a way that I can, I have a drawing tablet. I can draw on the screen and get the drawings going and kind of show people things and you know what I mean? Like I just got to figure out how to do it. Like I was thinking of doing it over a live stream. But maybe we can integrate something like that, like a Google Hangout or something too. I don't know, but I got to figure it out because I want to do that sooner than later. Keenan, I thought so. I thought so, and I just didn't. I didn't say it because I wasn't 100% sure. But Keenan, yeah, I did know that. Good stuff. Thanks, Vince. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. But yeah, so yeah, we can talk more about that over on Discord too. Keenan, no problem, man. I appreciate that offer, man. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool, man. So, yeah, that was another episode Chris Konkle Vlogs Sunday morning kind of tech review, tech show. But any questions anybody has, just you can always leave a comment down below. Yeah, any requests, any video requests, anything like that, you can put them in the comments below. Hit that like button, and yeah, that was fun, guys. I wish everybody the best Sunday. I know Christina and Eddie aren't going live today. Sydney was at Nationals yesterday, and you know what? She didn't do the best as she wanted to, but you know what? She showed up. She did it. And you know what? Like I say, you can't win them all. And losing builds more character than winning. And you know what? It's just better. It's better to know and work for something and try. You know what I mean? Just try harder and harder and get better and better. Right. So, all right, guys, you guys are all the best. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're at 694 subscribers right now. Which is good. It's really good. Like I was saying, my sub counts have been really way off this year. I've gained almost 1,700 subscribers and I've lost 800. So there's some weird stuff going on with my sub counts. But hopefully, that's just a normal thing or something. But anyways, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks you all for coming. Yeah. In the shop with Tom and Boiled Nuts, Big Shadows World. And I know Will Rowe was here, Brandon, Dan, and Eddie was here. Yeah, it was awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming. This is Chris, everyone. Bye for now, guys.